everybody. Today is Sunday, December 29th. It's 8:58 a.m. I got an offer from Uber Eats to go to Munchbox and pick up 2 deliveries. I'm going to get $16.69 for 7.1 miles. Well, this is my first day filming and recording a video. I worked Friday and Saturday, so the last 2 days, but I didn't record any video. But I did save the trips, so I can tell you about the trips. Once I pick up the Munchbox, the 2 Munchbox orders, and we start delivering. I think once I finish delivering after I finish the first delivery, I can tell you guys about what happened on Friday and Saturday, since I'll have the time to tell you. But for right now, I'm focusing on just picking up the orders at Munchbox, and we finally have made it into the shopping center that has the Munchbox. And currently the temperature is 53 degrees. It's sunny. It is not windy at all. It's nice. It's super sunny, in fact. There's not a cloud in the sky. And a lot of orders that have been coming in today, they've all been, the majority of them have been Munchbox. So people are really loving this Munchbox place this morning. All right, I'm turning in, and let's go pick up the 2 orders. I got the stuff. I just want to make sure I deliver the one to the right place. So the first order is going to be the one that's on the floor of the car, the larger order. 6 minutes from here, 1.5 miles. It's an apartment and it's a leave at the door. So that's good news. And the one that I have to take the furthest away is going to be the smaller order that has an iced coffee. I wish this guy would hurry up and back out. It's taking him so long. It's like he was in a hurry to back out, and then he just pauses and he starts daydreaming as he backed out. I'm like, come on, let's just go. Don't worry about the people. They're not moving. They're waiting for it. Oh, that's why he was hesitating. There were some people standing there wanting to cross the road, but they were not going. They were afraid of the cars. Now it makes sense. So that's all done, and there was no waiting for either order. They were just sitting there, and this was a Trip Radar order, and I was like hesitating to take it because it was going to take me way outside of my zone. And you know, it doesn't tell you how many places you're going to have to pick up from. But I could tell, like on the map, it appeared that I was going to have to just pick up from one place, but I couldn't tell for sure. So I was hesitating to take it, and I think a lot of other drivers were as well, because I took a while before I hit the match button, and I still got it. So yeah, they probably were thinking the same thing, that it may not be worth it because of the dollar amount and it could be complicated. So yeah, but I got it. And now he's got 0.6 more miles to go, and it's going to be an apartment, and yeah, it's going to be real close. So I don't really want to tell you about what happened on Friday and Saturday, but both days were not long. They were really short days, and I didn't really go put on that many miles on the car. And oh no, that's not true. On Friday I did. On Saturday I didn't, but on Friday I did. So I'll tell you more about it. So it's going to be coming up here on the right. Let me throw my blinker on. And is there any special instructions? Just to leave at the door and a building number. Okay. I never know if the map is right. Let me first look here at the map. Yeah, it's the second on the left. Okay, here we go. Alright, it's gonna going to be making a right up ahead. And then the map by the gate code box said it's the second building on the left. So let's see if they're correct or not. There's the first building on the left. And then the second building's coming up. And it looks like they targeted their apartment door on the south side of the building. So I'm going to trust that that is correct. And I'm going to park over here and see what happens. Alright, let's drop off the larger order. No problems, everything worked out good. Next one is 5 miles from here. 11-minute drive, so leave at the door. Please don't knock or ring the bell. Thank you. Alright, let's back out. Let's get going. Alright, so let me tell you guys about the days that I didn't record video. So on Friday, I had all DoorDash offers. The first one that came in was for $6 to go to 7-Eleven, and I had to drive 2.9 miles. And once I got to the 7-Eleven, I got an add-on, an additional $2 to drive. To go an additional half a mile. And once I got that order, the stuff wasn't ready for that customer. It's like the moment it popped into my system was the exact moment that it popped into the system at 7-Eleven. So the lady at 7-Eleven said, that order's not ready yet. You're gonna have to wait until I put it together. So I just waited, and they put it together. I wasn't in there longer than like an extra 5 minutes. And I remember thinking I would just accept it because, you know, I was already there and it wasn't going to take me that far out of my way. And to give me a total of $8. So I figured, why not? And it was a slow morning that day. And so I waited, and coincidentally, or maybe not so coincidentally, that extra $2 customer was the same customer who tried to say that they didn't get their food delivered. So that was the one where I got a contract violation, and then they were saying that because the customer said they never got it, and then I said no, they got it, and I described the whole handoff of the order to them. And so they removed the contract violation after a few days. Once they read my report, and they saw, I guess they saw how, you know, they must base it on statistics or whatever. So they removed it. But it was funny. It was funny to go back there and see that person and be like, oh, you're the one who tried to get a free meal. And it made sense why for her 7-Eleven order she wasn't tipping at all. It was just the standard $2 delivery fee. This person obviously is a total dirtbag cheapskate, and so they, even for this delivery, they decided that it wasn't going to work anymore for them to keep lying about not getting the stuff, and now they just aren't going to tip at all and just wait until some driver is desperate enough to take their order with no tip added to it. So I just thought that was funny. And then the second delivery went fine. It was just a standard delivery for that the second 7-Eleven order. And then after that, I didn't get any offers until way later, way until towards the end of the day, probably close to lunchtime. And I got this huge offer that came in from DoorDash, $41.45 to go to Bell's Barbecue and then go to Albertsons and shop for 44 items and drive a total of 14.1 miles. And that particular offer was so crazy because Bell's Barbecue was really close to where I was at. And I loaded that into the car, and it was starting to, I was like, how am I going to keep this stuff from spoiling? So I just stored it in one of my delivery bags and headed off to Albertsons, which was way on the other side of town, this particular one. And I had to shop for all those 44 items. And let me tell you, I was in there for at least a minimum of 45 minutes inside shopping for all those items. It was so crazy. And I was just, the whole time I'm thinking, I'm not going to worry about their food because I did everything I could to keep it, safe. And that's all I can do. The app told me to do this, so I'm doing it. And I didn't have any unusual delays in getting the grocery items that the customer needed at Albertsons. But there were a few substitutions, and I had to communicate with the customer, and luckily they were on online watching, so that went fine. There were no major headaches. And I got that all dropped off, and so that was it. And so I made good money that day, and I don't know how many. I think I worked about 2.5 hours that day, 2.5. And the second day was super short. I had a Uber Eats offer where I got $10.08 to go to Lindo Michoacan, a Mexican restaurant, and drive 2.2 miles. And it was just a big giant order to a plastic surgery place. No big deal for that one. And then I had a second one, which was to go to from Uber Eats to go to Sprouts and shop for 16 items, and I got $17.67 for driving 7.7 miles. And I think that was it. Was it? Oh wait, no, that was one. That was it. Yeah, that was it. So yeah, that day was super short. I didn't even make $30 that day. And yeah, those were the last 2 days, and it was kind of nice to take a break from making videos. So I just was listening to music and just chilling out in the car, which was nice. And you can tell just by me having to tell you guys everything that's going on, I'm getting kind of winded. Because one, maybe I'm just a little congested today, and also I'm so used to just the last couple of days not making videos. So I've been just quiet in the car, which was really nice. But I still like to share with you guys whatever's happening during the week, when it comes to this delivery gig work. So yeah, and that was about it. So now it's we got about another mile and a half to go, 2 more minutes until we arrive at the customer's drop-off spot. And the traffic is really light this morning on a Sunday. And this particular road we're on, there's never really that much traffic on it in general. I mean, even during rush hour, once I get to this particular area, it's usually pretty quiet. And then based upon where the map is telling me I have to turn, I think this is going to be these they're not really houses. They each have their, I think where we're going to is a place where each place has its own address, but they look more like like townhomes. So you'll see when we get more closer. I'm pretty sure that's where we're going, based on the map. So yeah, there wasn't anything too exciting going on. I've been trying to just chill out and enjoy the holiday. I've been watching a lot of movies on streaming on Max and Stars. I've been rewatching a lot of the Riddick series, Chronicles of Riddick, and the other one's just called Riddick. And just enjoying some action movies. Earlier this morning I was watching Total Recall, the newest version of Total Recall, which of course is not as good as the Arnold Schwarzenegger version from the 80s, but the special effects were good, but the story and the character development was not so great. It was just whatever. I was just trying to enjoy it for what it was. I'm making a left turn up here, coming up. So am I gonna beat that truck? Yeah. Oh no, these are regular houses. It's not where I thought. I'm gonna make a left here. Where's it gonna be? It's gonna be on the left-hand side, all the way down on the left. I believe they said it's just a leave at the door. I'll probably end up parking on the right-hand side. Let's see. Well, can I turn around? I can turn around. As long as none of these people are leaving. Alright, we're here. Let's drop off this stuff. Don't knock or ring the bell. Hello.
Ooh.
There you
Scared
go.
me. I was not
sorry.
expecting you.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good. It's just for somebody else.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Alright. We're off. I scared the guy at the door. I startled him. He wasn't expecting me to be there. He just opened the door the exact moment I showed up. I'm like, oh, sorry about that. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to startle you. It's just a weird coinkydink that we both showed up at the door at the same time. Oh well. Anyway, he wasn't the customer. He was the other person that lived there, so he knew who to give it to. Oh my gosh. Well, this job, I'm telling you, you try to do everything as politely as possible, but you can never predict those weird situations that are going to happen when you go onto somebody else's property. And I mean, what am I gonna? They should make it where you have like a little ice cream truck music in your car, so you can kind of announce you're on the road. You know how they have those little ice cream songs go da-ding, 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 or they play clown music, and then they know. Or maybe they should give us all a little bell, like a bicycle bell to ring, so customers will know we're in the area. And they won't get scared. So now I'm outside of the zone. This is why a lot of drivers didn't want to take this offer, because now I'm not going to get anything good until I get back to my zone. That's just the way it is. Oh boy. Well, I got currently 8 miles on the car. I'm getting 65 miles to the gallon. And I got no work right now. I'm just headed back to home base. I'm really surprised I'm more congested this morning. I made some pancakes this morning. Maybe that's what did it. I bought a box of pancake mix, and then I bought some pancake syrup, because the ones I had previously had expired, and I was in the mood for pancakes, so I I made pancakes, and they came out really good. I was really surprised. I think I finally have learned the secret after all these years to making good pancakes. And the secret is you have to have a good pan, not some old pan that you've destroyed over the years, but start fresh with a nice new non-stick pan. And you have to follow the instructions on how to use the pan, which I've never read the instructions before on how to use a non-stick pan before. But apparently, if you have a non-stick pan, you're not supposed to use cooking spray on those pans. You know that stuff called Pam? That's supposed to be like a non-stick spray. You destroy your pan if you use that on a non-stick pan, and I didn't know that. So all this time, all these years, I've been destroying my pans. The only thing you're supposed to use on those pans is oil. You know, olive oil, vegetable oil, canola oil, avocado oil, butter, lard. Those are the only things you're really supposed to be using on a non-stick pan, and I had no idea. And then the second thing I didn't know was that you're never supposed to use high heat on a non-stick pan. It destroys the bottom of the pan, and in fact it warps in the long run. It warps the pan itself and destroys it. So you're actually supposed to use a low to low medium heat on the pan. And I used to always cook the pancakes at full blast. I would turn on the stove at full blast, and the pan would actually start smoking because I'd have the heat up so high. And I thought that's what I had to do to make the pancakes cook right. But it's not the way you're supposed to do it. It ends up actually burning the outside of your pancake and leaves it raw on the inside. So I had no idea. That was totally clueless about all that. And so now the pancakes come out perfect, just like they would at Denny's or IHOP. So I have learned my lesson, and I'm now following the rules for how to use pans. So that's a lesson I learned. Oh, and then after you're done using the pan, you're supposed to immediately take it off of the hot metal that you were using, and set it on an area of the stove that was never turned on, so it can cool down naturally. And never immediately put it into the sink to wash it when it's burning hot, because that destroys it too. The sudden shock of it going from burning hot to the cold water shocks the pan and damages it too. So you have to let the pan sit for a while until it reaches room temperature again before washing it. I'm telling you, there's all these rules. Every single rule of using your frying pans properly, I was doing wrong my whole life until recently. It took me 55, 56 years to learn my lesson. So there's some helpful advice for you people out there. If you still do your own cooking, and you don't just use the microwave, because I know some of you never even touch the stove. All you young people, all you know how to do is work the damn microwave. But if you ever decide to use actual fire, that's your tip for the day. So right now there's absolutely nothing going on with these apps at all. Oh wait, something's coming in. $8.02 to shop at Target and shop for 4 items and drive 3.5 miles. No thanks. I don't do shopping for less than $10, and I saw on the cross streets that it was delivering to this luxury high-rise apartment complex, and it's a pain in the butt to go in there. It's a real time suck, so I declined that one. Yeah, and I'm not that desperate at all for work. It's like if stuff comes in, great. If it doesn't, I don't care. I'm only planning on working today till about noon. $6.54 for 15.9 miles. No, that ain't gonna work. Yeah, I'm not planning on working real hard today. Kind of like I do every day. I'm just trying to just take it easy. Not stress about it. Just enjoy the day. Hopefully my breathing normalizes. I mean, I don't find it hard to take a breath. I think maybe you know what it is? I think I had so much to tell you guys since I was off for those 2 days that I was trying to machine gun out to you 2 days worth of deliveries in a single breath. I think that's what threw me off. Yeah, that's probably what did it. I mean, especially I was really irritated about, having it delivered to that one customer who reported me for that contract violation. So then that got me riled up. And yeah, nothing else unusual happened in those last 2 days. Other than that weird situation with that customer, everything else was pretty normal. Shopping for 44 items was really a tiring experience. I think that was pretty close to the record of the most number of items I ever had to shop for in for one customer at one time. Oh, something's coming in. $8.04 for 7 miles. No. Yeah, that was a lot of stuff. That cart was so full. There was no way I could use the self-checkout, obviously. I had to have a checker help me because it was just so loaded with stuff. $11.35 for 16 miles. No. Yeah, that was a lot of stuff. And it was heavy stuff, too. So, yeah, that was a shopping. That's why I only I have to get at least $10 to do shopping, because just the act of pushing that cart is so tiring. It's like I'll do like just simple food pickups. That's no big deal, like coffees and breakfast items. But that is it. For $10 is what you're gonna have to pay for shopping.